Most creatures in the animal kingdom can have a friendly face, but sometimes even nature's most majestic creatures can become terrifying adversaries when put in a tight spot. In today's video, we're going to look at the most terrifying animal encounters ever caught on camera. So keep watching till the end and you'll be shocked. These tigers got a little too curious when they encountered a safari jeep full of tourists. Luckily for them, the stay and pray approach worked out and the tigers moved on. There is no telling what kind of damage this black rhino would have done if this safari guide had not scared it off.
Lovely stuff. Come to me.
This newbie tried to feed this alligator and almost got himself eaten. Luckily, an expert stepped in just in time to save the day. An average hippo can weigh up to 1.5 tons, so when this hippo rammed into this car, it might as well have been hit by a truck.
Shit! Shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
If you're unlucky enough to encounter a bear, it would probably be best to take shelter inside a house with solid walls to keep it out. But this camper wasn't quite so lucky and found himself being stalked by a bear while he was asleep inside his tent. This rhino flipped a whole car over like it was a pancake without even breaking a sweat. You just don't realize how big these animals really are until you see one up close. They truly are nature's four-legged armored battle tanks. The scariest part is that the rhino didn't even have to gain momentum or even lift the head too much to ragdoll the car like it was a beach ball. Thankfully, the driver inside wasn't injured, but I'm sure he will think twice before arguing with a rhino over a parking spot again. These researchers had a very close encounter with a hippo that they were monitoring. Fortunately, they understood the power it held and moved fast to avoid it. The last thing you want to see when you go skinny dipping is a giant snake coming by to say hi. Unfortunately, this is a pretty common sight in the Philippines, but that doesn't make it any less terrifying. One of the worst nightmares for a hiker is probably encountering a mountain lion, and this Californian hiker had a very close call. While lions living in reserves are relatively tame, nothing is as unpredictable as a wild animal. This lion got a little too excited around some tourists, but his handlers managed to calm him down. And this one has got to be the scariest animal encounter of them all. You have to admire the cameraman's courage, who didn't panic and stood firm when this wild beast charged at him. Orangutans are some of nature's friendliest animals, but you can't expect to mess with any animal and not expect it to react. And that's exactly the mistake this man made with an orangutan. Thankfully, he was uninjured, but he'll probably never visit a zoo ever again. These tourists had a very close encounter with these cheetahs that got a little too curious for comfort. Luckily, there have been no recorded instances of humans being attacked by cheetahs in the wild, although you never know when the first time might be. Do not, I repeat, do not underestimate the damage an elephant is capable of doing. This safari guide got a very convincing warning from this massive bull elephant. And these tourists met an even angrier elephant in South Africa, which all but had them in its tusks. This snake found a very peculiar way into the home as it crawled its way up the toilet and hid in it. Now that is one uncomfortable bathroom. This mountain lion made its way to this couple's front door. Luckily, their brave cat was there to scare it off.
They're still in bed. They're still in bed.
That is not funny. You got
Something about this SUV triggered this bull elk on the highway. But the big, mean elk calmed down as soon as it managed to scare off the truck. This bike rider caught a glimpse of something terrifying while driving through the jungle. The lioness gave him a death stare, and he took it as his cue to move along. This person should be thankful that it was a lion and not a leopard, because if it were, climbing up a tree would have been a terrible choice. This giant moose almost trampled a skier because it was too stubborn to walk away. Unfortunately, it wasn't his day though, because the man was armed and the moose ended up becoming free food for the wolves. Lesson learned. Always be prepared for the worst when going out in the wild, because you never know what you might encounter. This group of men was lucky that this elephant wasn't in the mood to cause any real damage. Nothing will put the fear of death into you quite like a shark swimming right below you. This man was terrified when he suddenly came eye to eye with a lioness. Thankfully, it looks like it just wanted his picture taken. This poor guy had to climb up a tree to avoid being chased by two rhinos. Thankfully, he made it out unharmed. One apex predator is scary enough, but imagine being surrounded by 5 of them and unable to move? Cassowaries are vicious birds and they can be very deadly. Thankfully, this man was not injured, but he definitely learned his lesson the hard way. If a grizzly bear charged you, would you charge it back? Well, we now know this fearless photographer's answer to that. We sometimes forget that dogs too are animals capable of doing some serious damage. This biker was fortunately prepared and warned them off, saving his dog and leaving everyone unharmed. These travelers had a close encounter with an agitated elephant trying to cross the road. If they had been going any slower, they probably would have faced some serious consequences. This truck driver got uncomfortably close to getting gnawed on by a grizzly bear. Luckily, he climbed up on his truck and the bear decided to leave him alone. This mountain climber, though, did not have the luxury of a truck to climb on, so he narrowly avoided getting hit as the bear dropped straight down at him and then fought tooth and nail to scare the bear away. This black bear stumbled onto a lakeside barbecue party, but was a lot more docile than a grizzly bear. This brave man named Mike walked him outside and managed to save the day. Everyone knows to avoid bears, but sometimes wild boars can be a nuisance as well. This fisherman was caught in one such situation, but a warning shot from his gun was enough to knock some sense into the boar. And as if the swamp wasn't enough, this alligator found its way into this man's sewer. First snakes in toilets, now alligators in sewers? Is any place safe? This man witnessed a fight between a lion and a pack of hyenas standing only 5 feet away. Man, those are the kind of friends I want to have my back. Both the guy in the tree and the one making this video were left shocked as a Komodo dragon suddenly appeared in front of them. That must have been the longest minute of their lives. If you've ever been to a zoo or an aquarium where you saw a dangerous predator and imagine what it would be like if the roles were reversed, well, this man might just have a clue. This bison made an anger-fueled death charge at this couple's car.
Oh my God. Good morning.
But at the very last second, he decided to be merciful and just walked away.
Okay, thank you.
This rhino single-handedly had 3 safari jeeps driving away to safety as it charged at them in the most terrifying way possible. The glass at zoos is incredibly strong, built to withstand strong blows from any animal, and this gorilla clearly wanted to test that theory.
Oh man!
This diver did not have a stick to redirect this shark, so he decided to punch the shark in the face instead. This photographer got a little too daring while taking pictures of crocodiles and almost got himself eaten.
Hey, it's there.
Antonio! There's one right there!
Yeah.
Shit! Fucking shit! Come here! Come!
Luckily, there were people around to warn him, though he wasn't too pleased about it.
I'm so scared!
Whales are known to be super friendly, but they can push us around like an ant if they wanted. Thankfully, the passengers on this boat were all unharmed. These people got a little too close to a pair of bison, and the bison thought so too. One of them charged at them and the girl fell, but she was smart enough to play dead, which calmed the bison down, and miraculously no one got injured. This tiger shark got dangerously close to these divers, and had the diver not been holding his spear gun out to poke it, things may have ended very differently. This lion wanted to get to know these people in the truck a bit better, or maybe he had other intentions in mind. Either way, thankfully his professional handler was there to talk some sense into the lions.
Bite you. I'm kidding.
This road trip suddenly took an extreme turn when a herd of deer started jumping in front of, over, and even into their cars. Which encounter rattled you the most? Let us know down in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on for more amazing content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.